Today, I'm going to talk about why truth is a foundational tool that God has given us to fight spiritual battles and how the devil is attacking truth today. This is Morning Meditations with me, Pastor Ryan Hayden of Bible Baptist Church. To hear more or find out more about our church, visit BibleBaptistMattoon.org. In my last video, I looked at Ephesians 6, 11 and 12 and made the point that every Christian is engaged in an exhausting spiritual warfare against the devil and his forces, and that those forces control most of the culture and power of the world. We can't escape this warfare, but God has given us some tools. He's given us some armor for this fight. The first piece of armor that God provides for us is found in Ephesians 6:14, which says, "Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth." In Bible times, everyone wore these long flowing robes. They were almost like long dresses. You could imagine that didn't work very well whenever you wanted to move fast or do some serious work. It was a serious tripping hazard. So on top of their robes, they wore a girdle, which was just a big, thick belt that they could use to tie up their robes into kind of like shorts so they could move freely. And if you were a soldier, it wouldn't matter how awesome your armor was if you couldn't move freely in battle. If you were constantly having to worry about tripping or worry about someone stepping on your robe, you're not going to be much of a mean green fighting machine. So this belt or girdle was an essential part of your armor. Paul says here that our girdle is truth. Truth is what keeps us from getting tripped up. Truth is what holds the rest of our armor together. Now, I have to say that right now, truth itself is under attack. The world and the culture is embracing a form of postmodernism that questions the very idea of objective truth. They don't even believe in the truth, they believe in your truth or my truth. Just yesterday, I saw on Twitter where a man was being celebrated for getting a large Army Airborne tattoo, even though he'd never been in the Army and was unemployed. They celebrated it because he identified as a soldier. A few months ago, there was a serious movement of people contending that saying things like 2 + 2 = 4 is racist because it doesn't correspond with everyone's truth. Now, to state the obvious, this is not God's idea of truth. Truth isn't some malleable thing that can be squished and squeezed to fit into a preferred narrative. Truth is truth. It's the fundamental realities on which God created the world. It is objective and knowable. It has laws of nature and the laws of morality, and everything hangs on truth. Jesus said in John 8:32, "And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." He said in John 14:6 that he was the way, the truth, and the life. As believers, we believe that all truth is God's truth, that the Bible is the ultimate source of truth, and that truth ultimately points to Christ because Christ is the truth. Paul said that our minds should be thinking about things that are true and honest, just and pure, and of a good report. So I want to caution you, don't get sucked into all of the half-truths and the my truths and the wish it were truths that are always circling about on social media. Keep your mind grounded in God's word and hold new information to a high objective standard of truth. If we as believers aren't people that stay wrapped up in truth, we're going to be always tripping in the spiritual warfare.